Hey friends, I am Courtney.
And I'm Jill, and welcome to this week's episode of This Just Got Weird.
You know who made it.
Weird.
Bonanza!
I thought you were going to say banana.
No, Bonanza.
Banana me.
It's an old-time show back in the old days
I wouldn't know.
with my grandmammy and pappy.
Did you ever watch Whammy? It's called Press Your Luck.
Yes.
Okay.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was up on our clinic the other day and I was like, whammy! And no, ever no.
No. You know you're old when you start making...
No, I was talking to Melissa and Jen.
They didn't know?
No, they did. Melissa didn't think she did, and then Jen was like, said that it wasn't called that. She's like, "What's it called?" Because I thought it was called Whammy. So we had to look it up. It was Press Your Luck, and then Melissa said the same thing. No whammy, no whammy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No whammy. That was a good game show. I liked that game show. I think that was pre my time, but it was always on.
Way pre your time.
Well, it was always on, and I enjoyed it on the Game Network.
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
how Bonanza was. Like, my grandpa liked watching it all the time.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one. I like Press Your Luck and Supermarket Sweep.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
My mom would get so mad at the people.
Yeah.
When they'd get the stupid stuff.
Yeah, because it's dumb. So on Roku Live TV, there's a spot where you can go and watch Supermarket Sweep like 24/7.
24/7?
Yeah, and same as The Price is Right.
Oh, I don't think I could do that. Maybe
You just turn it on for casual viewing.
I don't even think I could.
Not at all?
No.
Just like in the background while you're cooking?
Yeah, I think I'd watch it and then I'd be like, oh, what's going on? Yeah. Well, it was like when we tried to watch Mufasa. Was it Mufasa?
Oh, we'd get too distracted. Yeah, it was Mufasa.
We were both watching it as we were trying to work, and then we're like, we can't have this on.
Yeah, we got a TV in our office, and it really is nice for when we're just wanting to do like lo-fi, calm background music and scenery. But we tried to put a movie on. Not a good idea. We just caught each other both just staring at the movie.
I know, because it was like drawn or animated or whatever they do, CGI.
So
it was
beautifully.
so good. So I was just like, oh my God,
It
how
was
did they do
good.
that?
I need to watch it. I'm excited to watch it. We're gonna start doing a new
Approach.
Yeah, so we're gonna start a new. Yeah, that's a good. We're starting anew.
Starting anew.
So how we've done our episodes before is we just come up with a topic together and then we kind of just like.
Go back and forth.
Yeah, which we're still gonna do, but every week, one of us is gonna pick the topic and kind of deep dive into it, and then the next week the other person's gonna pick the topic and deep dive into it. So Jill is doing corpse medicine, which will come out next week. And this week I am going to do the law of attraction because that is something that I am religiously invested in.
I think we both are on that one.
Good. So you can have some insight.
I was gonna say we both know that like attracts like.
Mm-hmm. Which is one of the laws.
Yeah.
Of the laws of attraction. So,
That's the one I use a lot.
yeah.
Because my Ethan, when he gets into his head and he's negative and then all the negative thing, I'm like, well, like attracts like.
Yeah, it's called like magnetism or something.
Yeah,
so.
and if you really have negative thoughts all the time, like negativity just follows you.
Mm-hmm. So what the law of attraction is, if you have not heard of it, it is a philosophy suggesting that your thoughts and your emotions, whether positive or negative, influence the experience and outcomes you attract in your life. So if you're going about life and you're like, yay, happy, good things are going on. Like, even when bad things happen to you, if you kind of confront them with a positive attitude, positive energy, more positive things will come your way. But that does include negative things too. So if you're always looking at negative, you're always feeling negative, surrounding yourself with negative energy, you're going to get negativity in your life. So it just argues that positive thoughts and actions reap positive rewards and vice versa for the negative ones. So that is the basics of the law of attraction. And there's a lot of sources and information and things you can research on the law of attraction. And there is like 7 subsections of the law of attraction that...
Oh, I didn't know there were that many.
I actually didn't either until I started looking into it. I had no idea that there was subsections. I usually just do, like, of course, the magnetism, like attracts like, and manifestation. Mm-hmm. So, what the subsections are, and I found this on betterup.com. I assume that means to better up yourself.
I like that.
Upgrade. What does it happen? What is it? Blah, blah. What is it called when Genu levels up? Levels up.
Yeah.
We're bettering up. Better help with Genu. Genu's our therapist.
I say Jesus.
We did have a sidebar, of course, because we're not going to have these episodes without sidebars. We had a lot of interviews this week. We're hiring for a medical assistant. Lots of interviews.
Yeah, so at the end of every interview, we will ask fun questions, kind to like end it. So you're like, everybody's just like, oh, that was fun.
Kind of like loosens people up instead of being like, because you're asking the typical like, what would you do in this situation?
What's your strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah, so we like to ask fun questions to like just get to know people, and it kind of helps them loosen up, and just like we really get to kind of get a taste of their personality. So this guy, I asked, who in the whole world would you like to meet? I don't know how to word that. I'm wording it
how you worded it, but you did.
If you could meet anyone in the world, who would it be?
And then he asked, dead or alive, and we were like, whatever,
Dead, yeah. I was like,
whoever.
Dead. Someone who's dead, deceased. And he was like, okay, I'm going to get a little religious with you. I'd like to meet Jesus.
He said it just like that, too. And I was just like, oh.
I would love to meet Jesus.
You wholesome.
Very wholesome. I wish you were amongst the right crowd.
I know. We were both like, oh, yeah.
Oh, of course, because we're going to keep it super professional. And that is a wholesome answer.
It is.
Good for you. If that's your answer, that's wholesome. It's very wholesome.
But then I also thought maybe he was just giving it because he thought that would give him like a one-up. Like,
yeah, I don't know if he thought we were like... That was why it was weird, because he couldn't tell if he was like being genuine or if he was just like, oh, I'm going to really sell these ladies with this one. I'm going to meet Jesus. I'm like, yeah, I want to meet Jesus too. Like every Tuesday, Friday, whenever I don't want to wake up for work. Like I'm just ready to meet Jesus. I'm ready for him to open his arms and take me to the afterlife.
If the afterlife is Gojo or Bakugo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Chuya. Or Genu. Or Octagawa.
Or Rompo.
Or Choso. Rompo! Choso. Utah. Me. Yes!
Yes!
Utah? You don't like Utah?
I don't know.
I do. You're going to like him in season 3. That's for damn sure.
Okay.
Inumaki. Salmon. So, okay. Back to... what are the 7 laws of attraction, the 7 sub-laws within the law of attraction? Magnetism, manifestation, right action, delicate balance, unwavering desires, harmony, and universal influence. So let's break those down a little bit. Yeah. So magnetism, obviously, like Jill was saying earlier, this sub-law explains that like attracts like. So negative thoughts attract one another. Positive thoughts attract each other as well. If we remain pessimistic, negative experiences are going to continue to come our way. But vice versa. If we, are positive, optimistic, more optimism will come our way. Manifestation. We are big into manifestation.
Huge.
And we know a lot of people that are, because you can practice that in religion. You can practice it in the law of attraction. You can use manifestation in everything. So it advises us to focus our attention and energy on the present to change it. So anything you can pour your energy into that you are desiring, do that. Right action Some negative aspects of our lives can be removed or changed, such as toxic workplaces, unhealthy relationships, unsatisfying careers. They can all prevent us from living meaningful lives. So in order to live your best life, you have to take action to change those things. So, hello.
Hello. No, I agree with that one wholeheartedly because I have cut people out of my life without even meaning to because it was just like, they're always wanting to go out or whatever. And I'm just like, no, I'm not feeling it. And then one day I realized, oh, wow, I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
And I don't even realize I haven't seen these people in
Yeah.
forever.
Same. I have done that hardcore, whether it be like family members or just friends.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Anyone and anything that doesn't give you comfort and positivity in your life, just get rid of them. It's fine.
Yeah, and
Bye.
sometimes it's scary too. Like you're just like, oh fuck, I don't know if I should do this or not. But in the long run, it's better for you and your mental health. And sometimes you have to take care of yourself, and that's like one of the hardest things to do.
Yep. But it's worth it in the end. Delicate balance. So some days are great, obviously, but they are not all going to be great. So you may fail, experience setbacks. But here's the thing, that's just part of life. So it's good to acknowledge our failures because they're an opportunity to learn. But we celebrate our wins and we need to recognize our losses. So acknowledge that you're going to have a bad day, but don't dwell on it. Move on from it. Have a better day the next day. So
I use that one a lot with the kids when they have a bad game or a bad practice.
Yeah.
I always tell them, I was like, okay, we can be mad about it right now. Tomorrow we're looking towards the next time.
Yep.
Like there's no point of dwelling on it because it's not doing anybody good.
No, but feel it, learn from it, acknowledge it, and then let it go.
Yeah.
Unwavering desires. So this sub-law is all about staying focused on the goals and desires that will improve our lives. So clear, purposeful goals help us gain better health, succeed in our careers, and have healthy relationships. Throughout the stages of our lives, we can experience many changes, but we need to know how we feel about our values and desires to stay grounded. Value your desires and have a clear sense of self. That will help us remain steadfast in accomplishing our most important goals.
Ooh, important.
Important goals.
Not
the unimportant goals.
The know yourself. Sometimes that's hard.
Yeah, it is. Have a clear sense of self. Do some soul searching. Do some
journaling.
Do some journaling. Do
Journal
some pros
dumping.
and cons lists. Journal dumping. Like where you literally just dump your mind, whatever you're feeling in that moment. That feels good. Mm-hmm. I do that when I'm like really...
Yeah, and then your hand gets all cramped.
Yeah.
You're just like writing like a maniac.
Oh, yeah. I do write manically, and then I'm like, oh, I better tear this up. But now luckily we have good notes for our iPads, and we can, just erase it when we're done, because otherwise people would think I'm insane. The sixth, again, is harmony. The harmony that we have around us can influence our energy. Tapping into the energy surrounding us helps us maintain a positive outlook while working toward our goals. So when we have people around us that share the same mentality towards achieving goals, it only benefits us. So surround yourself with encouragement, support, people who inspire you, people who motivate you. Surround yourself with like-minded people, and that will help you achieve your own goals. So I guess that goes along with our other thing of getting rid of, anyone or anything that doesn't make you feel that way or make you feel like you can achieve something.
Yeah, and like I think especially like the be with like-minded individuals. I think those type of people just find each other eventually.
Yeah, and I think it's the same for like, obviously you go to a congregation, you go to church or whatever, you find those people. And I guess people who aren't really religious probably have a harder time finding their group.
Yeah.
But you do eventually, because you'll just attract those people. So
I think that's one of the good things about social media is you're able to find your group of people. Like,
And then your phone learns your algorithm and
Yeah, and
gives
then
you
it's
our gay
like-
Uncle Travis on Instagram.
I
so-
know. I love gay Uncle Travis. He's the best.
He is. He is.
He gives such good advice, and that he calls me sweetheart, and he loves me, and he's proud of me. I'm just like,
Every time, every video.
you,
So
Uncle
wholesome.
Travis.
Then the seventh one, universal influence. So what we put out into the world is what we're going to get back. How we treat others has a direct impact on our lives. If you disrespect someone, you fuel them with reasons to do the same. But that being said, if you are positive and hardworking, people will want to live and work alongside you, and you'll enjoy better community building and a more enjoyable, friendly workplace. Offering, this is a little side note that I had when I was looking at Better Up, says, remember, offering a helping hand goes a long way to generating positive returns, even if you don't think it directly benefits your life. Consider putting into the world what you hope to get out of it by helping others. So it's literally the same thing as when you're a kid and they're like, treat others how you want them to treat you. And as this is our way of telling you as adults that's what we got to do. And we all stray from that. We all fall off that. But at the end of the day, do that and you will get that in return. Whether it be from those people or not, you will get that in return eventually. So I feel like the same way about money and just giving like trust and love, money. Like if you are just putting your trust into someone despite being scared of that, I think 9 times out of 10, it will work out in your favor.
Yeah.
And then the same with money. If you're just like not freaked out or nervous or scared with money, you're just like, okay, it's going to be fine. Still going to do this. Like pay for someone's coffee, even though you're like, I'm broke as shit. Like it'll come back to you. It will. So that's the universal influence. Whatever you put out into the world will come back to you eventually. So those are the 7 sub-laws of the law of attraction, which I didn't know some of them. So that is
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, we've all heard of them, but I guess I didn't know they were all bunched together.
Yeah, like it was a part of the law of attraction. Like I thought the law of attraction was just its own thing with the manifesting. I mean, like you know them, but I didn't know they were in tears.
Yeah, I didn't know they were in tears.
Yeah, we have a lot of tears. How you can use the law of attraction to reach your goals. Understand burnout and how to recover from it.
I don't know what that means. What's burnout?
Well, you do now.
Who? Nobody's burnt out.
Nobody.
I think that is the number one
Fatality.
technically leads to the minty bees.
Yeah, which are real.
Yeah, which are very real. No, I think burnout is one of the hardest things for people to recognize.
Yeah, and you, not for other people to recognize, but for you yourself to recognize. You're just like, you feel it and you know it, but you still just keep going.
Like you're afraid to stop.
Yeah, because you're like, what's going to happen if I do? But you need to.
Nothing is going to happen. You're going to feel better.
Yeah, take a break.
Take
Take
a
care of
nap.
yourself. Incorporate more positive affirmations and self-talk into your inner dialogue. So we are so bad at this.
So bad.
Even just the other day, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're not going to be able to read this. I chicken scratched it and it's ugly. And Jill's like, stop, be nice to yourself. It's not ugly. It's fine. Like, it's just the tiniest little things. Or saying like, oh, I'm so fucking stupid. Because
Yeah.
we say that all the time.
I'm always saying, oh, I'm so dumb.
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, I'm not dumb.
Right. And
I'm
even though
human.
you're like joking, that turns into your body doesn't know that.
No, and they've always said that too. Like your body and conscious mind don't understand the words necessarily, but the feeling behind those words. Mm-hmm. So you want, like, yeah, when you call yourself dumb, you may be joking, but your body's like, oh, yeah, you are.
That's what, like, Lars and I were actually just talking about this, and I can't remember why. I don't know if we were talking about Benny or Moore himself, but we talk about it often that, especially with kids, if all they're hearing is negativity from their parents, like, oh, you should have done this, you should have done this, oh, you could do this, why don't you change this? Like, that becomes their inner dialogue when they are older. Mm-hmm. Like, your voice becomes their inner dialogue. So encourage them, motivate them, give them confidence if that's how you want them to grow up.
Yeah,
Like, you have to be that confidence first for them, and then they will adopt it.
That's what I've always told my kids too. Like, yes, you can mess up, and yes, you can feel foolish, and all that. I was like, that's never gonna go away. That's human nature to feel those. I was like, but you can't just keep telling yourself that, because then you're just gonna focus on it and then start believing it.
Yeah.
And then opportunities are gonna come, and you're like, no, I'm too dumb for that.
Yeah. I've told Lars this, and maybe we were talking about himself, but I was like, even you saying something out loud, whether you believe it or not, it will trick your brain eventually to start believing it. So that's like when I was a teenager, and they would always be like, oh, put on your mirror, like, right, you're beautiful. Like, if you're not a confident person in your appearance or whatever, say it every day to yourself in the mirror, and you'll start to believe it.
And if somebody catches you saying that about yourself, you're not conceited, okay?
No, not
When
at
I
all.
was growing up,
No.
you could never call yourself pretty or beautiful or anything, because that was you being conceited.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're in a different time now.
Yeah.
It's like, you tell yourself. And maybe that's why Eunice has a hard time saying it, because she grew up more, like, with you, know? Like,
if anything, like, you put a cute outfit on, I'm like, oh my gosh, I look so cute. And be like, oh, wow, way to be conceited. And I was like, well, I just feel good, but now I don't.
I feel like I'm
But now I'm a hot mama, so.
And I am an intellectual bad bitch.
Yeah.
Satoru Gojo's wife. Say that enough. It'll come true. Sorry, Lars. But yes, so talk to yourself kindly. Write yourself little... I'm like big about this. I write Benny little things he says to himself every day. I've done it for Lars. I've done it for coworkers. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, you have.
just look at it, say it every day about yourself, and you'll start to believe it, truly. Another one you can use, look for positives, no matter how big or small, in every situation you're in. We started, I think in another episode we had started that, like, on my one of my other podcasts I listened to, she had done a positivity journal kind of thing. Like, you look for one good thing that happened to you every day, and then naturally you're just going to start to find positive, good things that happen to you all the time. So you'll start to look for them.
Yeah, and that's something a lot of people forget too. Like, a positive thing doesn't have to be a big thing.
No.
It can be a small thing. It doesn't have like when
Tiny.
like writing down what you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be like, I am so grateful that I woke upon this earth another day to witness the sunrise. Like, I'm grateful for coffee because it woke me up.
Yeah, I'm grateful for caffeine. I'm grateful for...
I'm grateful for antidepressants.
Me too. I'm grateful for iPads with good notes. I am
thought you
grateful
were
for
gonna say-
sunrise.
I thought you were going to say eye patches. I'm like, what do you need an eye patch for?
Well, I'm grateful for the people who need them.
Yeah.
Good for them. Arg, Capitan. Little pirate.
I know.
Do pirates have eye patches, or is that a...
I mean, in like storybooks, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
An eye patch and a peg leg.
Yeah, or a parrot.
Little ginger.
Or like a hook.
A hook, Captain.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sheriff.
The sheriff never had.
Sheriff never had an eye patch. Deputy might have. He lost his eye to Jimmy Jones. He threw a beer bottle in his face.
Stuck it right in there.
Beat his ass. So practice visualization by keeping a manifestation journal or creating a vision board. Those are very essential. Spend some time to self-reflect, looking for coincidences and patterns. Learn how to identify when you start thinking negative thoughts, so call yourself out. Practice journaling your ideas, your values, and your plans.
And call your best friends out too. Don't don't wait for them to catch it.
No.
Because I do this with like my whole family and Courtney, and I'll be like, no.
Yep.
We don't talk about my best friend that way.
Yep. We got to call each other out.
And then we make each other say 3 nice things about ourselves.
Yes.
That's the hardest fucking thing ever.
That is hard, and then you'll stop doing it. Benny has stopped talking bad about himself because I'm like, okay, say something nice about yourself, and he doesn't like to, so he's not going to call himself dumb. Yeah. Yeah, call your friends out. It's hard conversations sometimes, but that's what friends are for. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
So, common misconceptions about the law of attraction, that simply thinking positively about a desired outcome is enough to manifest it. So, I am going to be honest. we have had kind of fallen into that pattern for a minute.
We got delusional.
Yeah. And by that, I mean, we literally believed that Gojo and Gato were going to come alive and take us off our feet if we just believed it hard enough.
I know. We
That's who we are as people, okay? We were like, yeah, we manifest it, they're coming.
I mean, they keep showing up on our algorithm, so obviously.
Yeah, obviously, that's true. But no, seriously, like, we got into a rut, kind of, and you forget that you got to put the work in. So, just simply saying, like, oh, I am going to make $200,000 this year. And then just tell yourself
and
every
then you're
day.
sitting on your ass and you're just like, I'm gonna
do it.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
make
do
money. 200K coming my way. And then it's like, okay, well, what are you doing?
Yeah. So the law of attraction, as magical and spellbinding as it feels and sounds, and honestly, it really does feel like that when it works. It still does require action, visualization, and to align your emotions. So again, positive things happen to positive people, negative things happen to negative people. So, and that's probably realistically, scientifically all about perspective. But
oh, yeah.
if this helps change your perspective, then it's the law, brother. Sheriff.
The sheriff.
New sheriff in town speaking about the law of attraction. That's the only law we have in this town. Some sources. So the main one that I think most people know and have seen or read is The Secret, the book or the movie.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I first watched that when I was a teenager on the recommendation from my aunt. So I watched The Secret, and then I watched it later on in life. I'll get into that later, but there's a book as well. So I did end up reading that into my later adult life. And that is by Rhonda, I think it's Byrne. It's Byrne.
Yeah.
Byrne.
Yeah. That's... Or,
Byrne. We're
really bad at these.
But Rhonda Byrne has the Secret. So watch the movie, but go into it knowing they made it like very cinematic and very dramatic. But the core beliefs in it, it feels like a very, like, I'm going to be honest, the movie feels like a culty, like...
Oh, yeah, I've seen the movie.
It's weird. It's just like, whoa, because the secret.
Yeah, because
like,
I just remember, like, I don't know if it was the same version, like, when you were young. But
I
just
think
remember, like,
I think there's only
it was
one.
like a woman. She was like, I was visualizing getting a check in the mail, and the next thing I know, I got a check for $5,000. And it's like, holy shit, it's magic. And then I'm like, $5,000, $5,000,
Yeah.
$5,000.
Yeah, this one was like so like the ancient book of the secret. Like they made it all super weird, and but the core belief of it is really good. The book is good, and she also wrote the book The Magic. Some other common ones I have not read, but I have added them now to my Kindle library to read. Esther and Jerry Hicks are common authors for the Law of Attraction, so they actually have a book, The Law of Attraction. They have one called The Vortex, Money, and The Law of Attraction, so there's some with them. I haven't read any of those. Napoleon Hill, another author, he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. So if you're all about the Law of Attraction for some money making,
Which, who isn't?
yeah, money. Read his, I guess. Hopefully it's actually about money and I'm not leading you astray. Joffis. Sheriff Joffis.
Josefe.
Joseph.
Oh, you were going to say it again.
Joseph Murphy. Joseph Murphy wrote The Power of a Subconscious Mind. So look into those if you're feeling like you want to read. Come to my personal library. I have a podcast list. Pod room / personal library. Potatoes.
I have the potatoes.
I have baked potato and fries. Choose what you like best. Mashed. So my personal experience with the law of attraction, like I said, I watched the movie when I was a teenager. My aunt recommended it to me. My aunt Leslie, hello. And as a teenager, as a teenager, I was just like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, woo, yeah. And I tried to apply it into my life and whatever. But I was a teenager. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was fucking having sex and a child at 17. I don't know what the fuck. I don't think I manifested.
I was going to say you manifested like a roundabout way of doing stuff.
I guess. But then I watched it again January of 2020, and I don't know why. I think I do remember that I was drunk on like a Tuesday night or something, and like Benny was with his grandparents or somewhere like out of town, and I get lonely when Benny would leave to go stay at his dad's or whatever. And so I was all, depressed, sad, and I was just drunk, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch The Secret on Netflix. And maybe because I was drunk, but I was just like, I was watching it, I'm like, this is a lot cheesier than I remember. But I was taking like little drunk notes, and then I woke up the next day reading my drunk notes, and I'm like, okay, I get I was drunk, the movie was cheesy, but this just feels so right to me. Like, this feels so real, so right. Like, this is what I should be doing. I'm going to try it again. And so I started, how I manifested mostly was just like visualization, writing things down, and just remaining positive. And I can't even explain how much my life changed. Like, with my relationship with Bentley, it just grew. I mean, I was going through a horrid custody battle at that time, so that's probably why I was fucking depressed,
Yeah.
Benny's dad wasn't doing good, and it was scary to have him be all mixed up in that. So I ended up, like, I would write every day, and I looked manic and crazy, but I would write full custody, Bentley safety, like, just the dumbest, craziest shit, and then, like, financial stability, prosperity, like, a good growing relationship with Lars. Like, I would just write all this down manically, like a psychopath. And the way my life changed in 2020 was absolutely insane and has not gone back since.
Yeah.
You guys watched it. Yeah. I guess, like,
I
forget
remember
that I worked.
you come. I remember you come.
I remember you come.
I remember you come.
Gojo's there. He saw you come too. You come to Gojo.
You come. I remember you coming into work saying that you watched it again, and we were all like, "Oh yeah, like I remember that." And then I was like, I like reread it and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, "Why did I stop?"
Yeah, why do you stop? It's like something that, again, it feels like magical and stupid.
Because you have so many like of your manifestations come to play, and then it starts going downhill a little bit to say, and then you're just like, well, it doesn't work. Like you just automatically, oh, it doesn't work. Because that's where I kind of went, because we had the car breakdown and our water heater broke down and soccer like all this, like everybody's taking my money and no money's coming in. So I'm just like, I'm done. Yeah. No more. I can't do it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And then you get discouraged.
And then you get discouraged, and then you have your best friend like hit you hard with the words, and then you're like, what the fuck am I doing? This is not me. This is not who I'm. No, we're not doing this anymore.
Sorry. We keep making a reference to, Jill and I had a very like strong, hard conversation yesterday about life.
I needed it.
She did.
I needed it.
Because as you guys have known, we've said it aloud on the podcast. Like, we were going through some rough times. Sometimes we would take a week off, or we would take a break to do a mental health episode, just because we were going through it. And then I realized, like, I got all my stressors out of the way. I bought my new house. Everything worked out. Whatever. And so I was like on the uphill again. And I see my friend just drowning, and I'm like, okay, I have to help you. So yesterday, I'm like just staring at her for a good 5 minutes.
She did, and I had no clue.
No clue. She's just like focused on her solitaire. I'm like, can you look over at me? Because I've been staring at you for like 5 minutes. I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable.
And I just look at him like,
I think you knew too. You were like, why are you staring at me? And I'm like, well, we need to have a friend conversation.
I was like, are we breaking up? It'd be easier.
Fuck no. No. That
Well,
would be
I'm just
horrible.
kidding. No, we're not breaking up.
I would never break up
We're
with
not
you.
breaking up. But no.
I would let you, like, toxically ruin my life before I'd break up with you.
God.
You'd be my, like, toxic
I
goth
would
girlfriend.
hope I would never do that. Jesus.
But we're on the up and up again, so... Or we will be. I
We
mean,
will be. We're
no
not.
matter what,
we're
we gotta
not
get there.
yet, but we have noticed we are back at. I mean, we're back at doing this, which was just a stress reliever, and we were. It will bring us money and prosperity and all that, but we gave it such a short deadline.
Yeah, we put so much pressure on
That
the podcast,
we,
just expecting that it's going to fix all our mental health problems, financial problems, like life problems, friendship
Like
problems.
Gojo and Gato are just going to appear and be like, "We heard your podcast.
We heard your podcast. We're here.
We've been looking for you.
You guys want new tattoos? I'll tattoo you." Gato is a tattoo artist in my mind.
100%. That's
Yeah.
how we're gonna meet.
Yeah, that's how you'll meet,
Sorry,
and that's
Ethan.
how we'll get our whole body tattooed. And you'll be like, "This is my new boyfriend," and I'm like, "Great, that's awesome. I'm so glad you found yours." And then mine will walk in,
He'll be
and
like,
I will hit the ground and fucking die and never get to enjoy him because I will have died.
"No, I will CPR you back to life."
Thank you. That's why you have a nurse best friend.
Yeah, it all works out.
It all works out. but-
See, manifesting.
Yeah.
Law of attraction, guys.
Law of attraction. Go to a Gato are real. One day.
Okay, maybe not that one.
No. Or Bakugo or freaking Ken Kaneki or
Any of them.
Jinu.
It's fine. It's fine because we both have loving husbands.
We do. Shout out to our hubbies.
I know.
Jill's
Yeah.
husband yesterday bought her flowers, and mine yesterday came home. He's like, "I just need you to know that I think you are so hardworking," and just whipped some brand new AirPods out of his backpack. I was like, because he knew one of my right one was starting to give out, and at night I listen to like murder podcasts to go to sleep, as I've told all of you. But at night, if I don't have the noise cancellation on and I have like the ambient, like where you can hear through it, it's just like it's just a solid screech. So I would always use the left one, and if the left one was dead, I'd have to put the noise cancellation on. So Lars knew that and bought me new ones. Thank you.
That was very nice.
Gojo would never. We're looking at each other. He would, because he's so rich. He's got rich people teeth.
He would give you new ones like every year. Like,
Yeah. He'd be like, "Oh, those are kind of looking
no,
dirty."
he would never.
Never.
Never. Yeah. Totally.
So, well, law of attraction. Use it if you want to, if you believe. Do some research on it. See if it's for you. If it's not for you, that's fine. Pray.
That's fine. And
Don't pray.
Really,
Don't do nothing.
Just be you. Be happy.
Be happy. Create a positivity plan.
Create the plan. Execute the plan.
Yeah. Use action. My Gam Gam is calling me. She's in town.
Gam gam.
Hello, Gam Gam. Yeah. Do what you need to do. It's kind of funny that this episode lined up today
Yeah.
after our conversation yesterday. Everything's good. That's the universe is aligning.
law
Our
of
emotions are
attraction.
aligning. Everything's aligning. So, random fact. I think we should swap who does the random fact.
Yeah,
on whose
we totally should.
Okay, so next time, after the corpse episode, Jill will have an episode and I'll do the random fact. So that we can have.
We'll be back on. Because this is just like.
This is just my whole.
This is Courtney's show.
My mouth is tired.
It does get tired, doesn't it?
And stay tuned for Jill's corpse episode because that's going to be really good.
I know.
Which I will not have a fact on because we already recorded it. So this is not my random fact, but when I was looking for a random fact, I came across this, and I just want to say something to our old pal, Katie Mitchell. She says she listens. So, hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
I just want you to think back and remember the time that you openly laughed at me in front of everyone because I asked Jill if her twins were identical or is it fraternal? Fraternal. And you laughed so hard at me in my face. Because I was like, what? They can't be identical? And she's like, Clearly not. And I'm like, okay, I get that now. That makes sense. But I came across this fact called the twin paradox. And it is where the twins, they form from the same egg.
And sperm.
But and sperm.
Yeah.
Is there 2 sperms sometimes? I don't
know. It's
okay.
usually 1 egg, 1 sperm, and then it like multiplies and like splits.
For the paradox?
For the
regular one?
For the regular identical.
Oh, so still one.
Yeah.
Still okay.
Yeah.
So this is from the same egg, but then it splits into 2 separate embryos. Mm-hmm. So they can be identical and have different genitals, is what this said, Katie. Tell me if that's true, because, you'd probably know better than me.
Yeah, because paternal is usually from 2 different eggs and sperm.
See? Take that. Don't laugh at me again. Just kidding, you can. It was really funny. So my actual fact for the week is, I think I just really like morbid facts.
They're so interesting.
They're so much better than all the others. So morbid facts, we're just going to have dead body facts every time. And maybe you know this, being a healthcare professional, but I didn't. And when I read it, I was like, oh, dead bodies can still get goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
Ew. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Mm-hmm. Like thinking of being in the fridge room, the mortuary, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And a body just like, ugh. And it's obviously not the same reaction that a living body is to create the goosebumps. It's a separate reaction, quote unquote. I don't know. It's called cutis anserina, acerina, or post-mortem goosebumps. So this is due to rigor mortis, the stiffening of the muscles after death, which also affects the erector.
Yeah.
Pili muscles.
The erector pili muscles.
Pili muscles.
Pili. I don't know. It's been a long time.
Yeah, we don't fucking know. But dead bodies are getting goosebumps. That's all you need to know.
Oh, yeah.
The pili muscles attached to the hair follicles, it causes them to contract and make the hair stand up during rigor mortis. Mm-hmm. So that's just like...
Yeah. It's kind of weird because you're just like cleaning them up, and then all of a sudden they get goosebumps, and you're like,
oh.
And then you're like touching
you alive,
them.
brother?
Like, I remember like watching the chest, and I'm like,
are they alive?
Okay, it's not moving.
I
used to, yeah, I know.
It's not
actually
breathing.
After it's dead, isn't it? But I would have to clean the bodies after they would die, because I was a CNA when I worked in Boise, and I had one nurse, like, we had to get the denture, like, if they wore dentures, we had to get them out before they clamped down. And I never understood why. Because I'm like, the family doesn't want those back.
Maybe they do.
And, like,
they're going to...
Because you can't put them back in once you...
Yeah, they're going to display them. Be like, this is Gam's teeth.
But I just remember, like, I would, like, kind of, like, tap on their mouth, like on their teeth, to see if they're gonna like lock it, because one CNA got her mouth chomped on, or her finger chomped on, because she was trying to pull them out. So like I was like, I could care less about anything else happening within the body as I was cleaning. I didn't want my fingers to get chomped off
by a dead body. Sidebar, I think I'd give Gam's teeth to like a dog or something. Chew it up. I was just thinking of like why a family would want teeth. I'm like, give it to the freaking...
I don't know. She
give it to Roscoe. He's going to chew them up.
Always one nurse, and she always wanted us to take the dentures out.
Gross. Well, yeah. That's weird. Nasty.
It's weird.
It's weird.
That's weird.
You're weird.
You are.
I am. You're all weird. We love you.
Yes. Thank you.
Follow us.
For listening. Join us. Follow us.
Become us.
Nobody can become us.
Somebody should be us for Halloween.
We should be ourselves for Halloween.
Each other. Yeah. We should be each other for Halloween. Done. That's what we're doing. Follow us on Instagram and Threads at This Just Got Weird Pod. Follow us on TikTok at This Just Got Weird Pod. And follow our Facebook page. This Just Got Weird Pod.
Yeah. Follow,
And-
like our episodes, leave a review. Every little download helps us.
Every review helps. Every rating helps.
Yeah, and if you guys have ideas that you want us to talk about, send them our way.
Yeah. Stay tuned for Jill's corpse medicine episode next week. And we hope to see you there and then. Bye-bye. Bakugo. Bye. Bye.